wanting to express myself, express my thoughts, express the way I see the world, expressing my essence. That was how I started. And because I'm not a writer, as you know, I'm not, like, say, a trained writer, but I grew up in a home of let's say, of linguists, people who were involved in languages. My dad was a writer, and but I wasn't, because I was in the sciences. You understand? I did the sciences, and that's why I could go on to become a medical doctor. But in our home in Cameroon, we had a library filled with all sort of books, all sorts of novels, and since from the age of 10 or so, I've been a great fan of reading novels or reading books generally. So I wasn't like a typical learned writer, but I had the writer in me. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. So when I started writing, I didn't know how to start, because there are different kinds of genres, or how do you call it, genre, which you can choose. Like if you want to focus on poetry, or you want to start with a short story, or you want to do a novella, or you want to write a novel. That's the that's the biggest one right now. It's something bigger, But poetry, poetry is the most difficult of all of them, because you need to have an idea and represent that idea in few words, and not everybody can do that. You have an idea, represent the idea in few words. Now, poetry is also like writing a song. You have the idea, and you have to put it down in few words, and then you sing it out. And then poetry is also the highest form of prayer, the highest form of meditation. It's a very good way to get, because it's something which comes into your spirit,
Yeah.
and put it down. Yeah. So it's one of the highest forms of praying. Yeah. So the idea came to me when I had the kind of when I first had like a kind of spiritual experience, and it impressed on my heart that I could use the Bible as a template. Since I wasn't a writer, I had not written anything, I could use the Bible like a template, like a kind of a formula to write poems. That was what impressed on my spirit. So I started reading the Bible again, but reading it in another way, in a way where I could use it to write. I could use it to write. Yeah, that was what impressed. And then when I started, I did the first three poems, and then I discovered I could flow. I could flow with it. I could flow, and whatever ideas I had, I tried to represent it in the poetry, in writing poems. And because writing poetry and writing is not only to make people feel good or talk about imaginary stuff, but also about the society, what is happening around the society. For example, if you look at the five chapters in the poetry book, we have
Yeah.
different topics. The first chapter, um, the first part talks about life and leisure. This is about anything and everything I was talking about. The little things in life, like simple pleasures. I took the name Simple Pleasures because it represents one of the poems in the book. Actually, it represents the first poem in the book. So I could read it. I could read it. Simple pleasures. The
Can we
smart.
can we can we just take a few part of it, because it's I look at what you have sent me, and I see so many topic that we could talk about. Can you please just let me, can you please share? I need you to share. Can we all share? Because it's like God is about to do something, and when God is about to do something, it's like the enemy tries not to let it go. So I want everybody to share with me today. I see Sister Ita coming on. Sister Ita, can you share with me? Tell somebody the real you is on. We need to get this message out. We need to get this book out. So we need to get the line sharing. We need to share. Come on, Sister Ada. Yes, yes, yes. I need you to start sharing. We are a bit struggling with the media right now, but I know God has something to share. I see a lot of the topic that you have sent, Dr. Tengi, and I really see that what you are saying makes sense. And I really want to go to one of the topic that I see, because you said God just give you the inspiration to do this, and it took you 10 years, 10 years to write this book. So I just want to, there's a topic, let me go there. It talk about the Lazarus story
Yes.
and
Yes,
the
the
blurred
Lazarus
vision.
story. So, do
So
you want me to read the Lazarus story?
yeah, I
Would you
would
like
like to
me?
hear why you let me know why you wrote this Lazarus story.
Okay. The why was because they said Lazarus died, right? Because when I'm reading the Bible, I also kind of, I think, I don't just read it like a story, but I do a kind of reflection too. They say Lazarus died and got up on the fourth day. He got up from that, or he was resurrected by Jesus. But then, what happened in that space of when he died? What happened? Where was he? Where was his soul? Let's say, where did the soul go to? So when I asked myself that question, I came up with a story about where he went to before coming back. That's how the last that's what gave birth to the Lazarus story.
And what input, what poem about that?
I didn't get what you said. The internet
Can I
connection was.
hear? Can you give me what? Where did he go? What did you receive?
Okay, I can read the poem.
Yeah, read the poem. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying. Read the poem.
let me read the poem. Anyways, the Lazarus story. It is said, it is said, Lazarus died and was resurrected in 4 days. But what happened during the time of inertia, that is the time where his soul was gone? After the fever took his last breath, his soul floated away. There was a bright light at the end of a tunnel. It was peaceful. Its warmth drew Lazarus near. There was a being with two wings, clothed in white robes, who beckoned him, and Lazarus came close. Ha, he exclaimed. That's Joey, he said, reuniting with his dead dog. Come, do not be afraid, said the being. Where am I? Asked Lazarus. In Utopia, endless bliss. Come, I'll show you around, the being said. Such a magnificent place. Lazarus marveled. Mountains of different shapes, waterfalls gushing down, animals, wild and mild, living together in harmony. You see, my son, said the being, your earth could be this way. Now go back and preach, for only love is real. That's the end of the poem.
So, okay, what gave you that inspiration to write this poem? Because you read the word and you wanted to know where his soul was. So, how did you come up to write it like that?
Well, it's a lot of imagination inside. It's a lot of imagination. And I also wanted to talk about love, that is with love. Because when you say someone goes to heaven, we imagine a very nice place, right? Where
Mhm.
everybody is happy, animals are together, people, there's no conflict. That's my own imagination of heaven. So I was just trying to say this earth could also be like the heaven we think about if we all strive to live in harmony. Yeah, that's the message behind the poem. But what got me is just lots of imagination and also reading of books. Different. I've read so many books, and books tell you lots of different things. Imagination and books about how the eternal life could be. Yes,
So,
that's what.
behind the Lazarus, because Lazarus died and he came back,
Yeah.
came back back to the world.
Ah,
that when he comes, then he must go and preach.
exactly. When he comes back, he must go and preach because only love is real. Yeah.
Okay, and I see the some another one I wanna.
I didn't get you. The line is breaking.
My line is breaking.
My own was breaking. Can you please repeat
Oh,
yourself?
yes, and there's another topic that I would like is about the body and the soul.
Okay. The body and the soul. The body and the soul. I will read it and then I explain myself,
Explain.
right?
Right,
Yes.
right.
Body and soul, day and night, Jekyll and Hyde, white and black. The fairer, like the rising sun, a sparkling stream flowing in spring. The other one, low in spirit, waters run dry, hoping to die. Body and soul, lower and higher self, Esau and Jacob. Two nations, same womb, blood brothers, fighting to bloom. Who conquers? Certainly he, with much glee, feeding on the fatted calf, the bean soup and baked bread. That's the end.
Mm. So so explain and Jacob now.
Okay. Now, body and soul, the topic is clear. That is the body and the spirit. And they are always in conflict with each other, right? Hello.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Can you not hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah. They're always like the body and the soul, they're always in conflict with each other. It's like day and night. The body, when you want to follow the instincts of the flesh, body and soul is like soul and the flesh. You want, if you follow the instincts of the flesh, you always run into trouble because the flesh has lots of ego. The flesh always
Mm-hmm.
wants to have its way. It doesn't want to be patient and listen to God.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the soul is something more spiritual. It's something more
Mm-hmm.
spiritual. So the body and the soul, the body is like night, the soul is like the
Mm-hmm.
day. Day and night, Jekyll and Hyde, white and black. When I say black, I don't mean our black skin color, but like darkness, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Jekyll and Hyde, it was a book written in the 19th century by a famous writer from England, where there was a Dr. Jekyll and there was a Mr. Hyde. Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Jekyll was a
I know
chemist.
that book. I know that book. Yeah.
You know the book, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, the body is like Mr. Hyde, the soul is like Dr. Jekyll. So I just used the analogy to put into the poem, you know. So I just went on to describe, the fairer is like the soul is like the rising sun, which is sparkling in spring, and then the other one is slow spirited, waters run dry. And then if you look at the Bible, Esau and Jacob, Esau represented, it's just like if you want to look at it like a picture, the story of Jacob and Esau. Esau represented the body and Jacob represented the soul. Even the story of David and Saul, Saul represented the flesh, David represented the spirit. So I used the analogy. So now at the end, I said, which one dominates? The one which dominates is the one you feed. The one which dominates is the one you feed. If you keep on feeding the flesh, like always pleasing yourself, if you feel like getting angry, you get angry. If you feel like insulting someone, you insult. If you feel like being sloppy, be sloppy. If you feel like being indisciplined, you become indisciplined. That's the body functioning. So if you keep on feeding the body, that's what manifests. But once you
Mm-hmm.
feed the soul with the word of God every day, always asking the higher power, God's power to help you, then you manifest more of the soul. That's what the poem is talking about.
Mm.
Yeah.
Your internet keep falling out. So
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what the matter is today.
yeah, keep
It's not good.
yeah. You Saul and David, and you put it with Jacob and Esau, and
Yeah.
Jekyll and Ida. I love how you put it, the body and the the one that you feed the more is the one that you receive more from.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, then. And the another part of what I the fallen
The fallen nature.
the topic there, the fallen nature.
Okay. The fallen nature. I have to search that one. So the fallen nature is just let me read and then I'll give you the explanation.
Yeah.
The fallen nature. Once we lived in harmony, in a land flowing with milk and honey. There, at every corner in the morning, we could hear La Langue Douce. Hi there. La Langue Douce is in French, soft language, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hi there. Then came the fall, a filthy creature crawling on its belly, its movements smooth as jelly, its words tempting as money. No more soft tongue but a growl. Brothers against brothers, children against parents, husbands against wives. We do what we ought not to do. We do not do what we ought to do. Fallen nature. Rudeness and kindness. Atrocity than civility. But we will no longer pursue its dictates, for its head was crushed on Calvary, setting us free. Well, fallen nature is, I got inspired from um, the story of the creation, the Adam and Eve story, right? How they got deceived
Mm-hmm.
and sin came into the world. So the fallen nature is just our sinful nature as human beings. And like Paul said, what I want to do, I don't do. What I do not want to do, I do. Is because of this fallen nature inside of us, or what we will call original sin. Yeah, the sin inside of us, which also always makes us to do a kind of self sabotage. So
Mm-hmm.
this is what the poem is talking about. You just have, I just have
I
this,
like
just
what you
topic.
said. Let us do self sabotage, but how do you what is self? Can
How
you
do I do
explain
what?
what is self? Explain what you mean when you say it makes sometimes we do self sabotage.
Yes, because we are not strong enough to do what would take us from point A to point B. We want to always
Mm-hmm.
cater to the flesh. In fact, this fallen nature and body and soul, they have a kind of relation. They're talking almost about the same thing. Yeah, because for example, someone who has the weakness to steal, you have an opportunity to work in the place, like you have a job, a good paying job, but due to that weakness of stealing, you steal something and then you lose your job. That's a kind of self sabotage. That
Mm-hmm.
is, we cannot, our nature is so weak. It's so weak. We function in jealousy, we function in envy, we function in all sort of destructive behaviors. Whereas we could do it in a different way. But to be able to do it in a different way, we need the Spirit of God guiding us. We need to always connect to Him every day. We need to love people more.
Mm-hmm. I like what you said with that. Because it is true. Many times we self even the plan that God has for us, we sabotage itself and bring us in delay and also bankrupt and blockage because the things that we need to be doing, we are not doing it. And then we
Exactly.
can say it is the devil and we can say it is this, we
No,
can say it
no,
is that, but
no.
sometimes it's we making the right
Yeah,
decision,
yeah, yeah,
and as you said, breaking the bad habits.
yeah,
So
yeah. Breaking the bad
I
habit.
like your, yeah, I like how you put the poem them. You it, put it in a way. And there's another one you put black man die duty,
Um,
and
uh,
this is it.
what did you say?
I see black no death.
No, I would not want to. Are you getting me? Hello? Oh God. Are
Yes,
you getting
I'm
me?
getting you.
It's
The
really bad.
name of the book is Pleasure, right? What is the name of
Simple
the book?
pleasures. Simple
Simple
pleasures.
Pleasures.
Yeah. You know the one
Simple Pleasure.
black man, black man no the die dirty. I would not like to read that one because it has too much of the Cameroonian Creole inside and many or maybe I could read it. Maybe I could read it. That's written in a kind of the Cameroonian pidgin or Creole.
Okay,
You
let me
understand? I
hear it.
could read it.
Maybe I could let me hear
Hello?
you speak in the Carol.
Well, Apostle Paulette, I wanted to start with a poem which highlights the book because there's a poem called Simple Pleasures inside.
Then
That's the first poem of the book, right?
okay, let me see it.
Oh, yes, I wanted that's the first poem. I wanted to start there actually.
The first one that I see is was Lazarus. So let me see the one that you said simple. You can start because I don't have it.
You have it. It's just you can scroll down, you'll see it. The very first the first
O-
topic, the first one is life and leisure, the first poem, Simple Pleasures.
Okay.
Okay, I could read it. So, simple pleasures. The smile on the face of the child in the street, the breathtaking beauty of a specimen, the aroma of a dish, the rippling sounds of rushing water, bird songs that fill the day. Life is filled with little pleasures. Thank God for the healing power of nature. Life is a gift. That's the end of the poem.
Can you read
Yes,
it
it's
again?
exactly. The smile on the face of the child in the street, the breathtaking beauty of a specimen, the aroma of a dish, the rippling sounds of rushing water, bird songs that fill the day. Life is filled with little pleasures. Thank God for the healing power of nature. Life is a gift.
Your internet is going back and forth, but I'm trying to still understand. So can you just give me a simple understand? Because I believe every there
Oh
is a
God.
reason that you wrote it like this. It's a poem,
Yes.
but there's must be something that you connect to, that you say this is what I really would want to see. This of us should uh, some understanding why this, and the first part of
Wow. Hello. Are you getting me?
yeah, I'm getting you. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, let me know
Okay.
why you wrote this part, the simple pleasure, and
Okay.
just explain it.
You know, when I had the spiritual awakening, right? It was as if something got uplifted from me. It was like I understood the meaning of being born again without, I just had the feeling that was the meaning of being born again. Because certain things which like kind of clouded me got taken away. You know, it was a kind of a deliverance too. I will put it like that. So when that happened, I began to enjoy the little things of life. Are you getting me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I began
So
to
you're saying
enjoy.
that when you're saying that you were at a place where God deliver you, and then your eyes open to
Exactly.
see.
My eyes
Nice.
opened and I could see. I could see because my whole day was filled with synchronicities. That is, I was having like coincidences were happening all the time. And I was sure that the presence of God was with me. I was very sure then. I was moving with such confidence because I was sure that I had God behind me because it became clearer. I always knew I had God on my side, but it became clearer at that time. And then I began to cherish the little things of life. I remember this poem came about when I was just under the shower taking a bath, and it felt
Mhm.
so refreshing to me. It felt so refreshing, and I came out, and that was what gave birth to this poem.
Mm.
Yeah.
To say that see things clearly, and you were hoping, you were open up to feel the love of, open up to
Yes.
feel joy, and that's when you wrote this to this is oh simply it is by
Yes.
just open up yourself and connect back to God. So that is
Yes.
what you are really saying. That is not
Yes.
hard to find. It's because simple pleasure is me. It's very simple
Yeah.
to
And
find the pleasure in serving the Lord.
in the Lord, and in the world, God is not a complicated. He's not a complicated entity. He's actually very simple. God is very simple. The love of God is very simple. And everything you see, be it in the knowledge which He gave us. For example, I would say medicine is very simple. Medicine is very simple. That is to apply how to treat people. It's very simple. That is because He makes it to be so simple. There's nothing complicated when God is around. What how to do things in nature, like people building the planes, aeroplanes, or going to the moon, or studying physics and so on. It's all very simple because they are just using God's knowledge, God's nature to create, because He gave us the power to create. So if you can have the simplicity of God in you, you can be a very formidable creator. You create content, you create things, you make things happen, because we too have that same power in us. So the key is to getting in touch with us, with the God simplicity. If you have the God simplicity, everything, this self-sabotaging nature usually goes away, because you are really in touch with the love and simplicity of God. And you understand the value of life, you understand the value of drinking water, of eating a meal, of taking a stroll in the park. All of these things, they give you the joy in your heart. Not running behind material things, want to have 10 cars, all of those things. That those things are good too, but those are fleeting joys. They don't give you a kind of peace, which that is
Mhm.
what the human soul actually requires, you know.
Is it my internet that is breaking up? Is your internet?
I don't know. It could be both of our internets. I don't know.
Because I'm not home, but I never had it here that my internet is being broken.
I don't
There
know. Maybe
sometimes you're free,
it
but
freezes.
it's okay. We will get there. So we what is want to go back to that part where you broken English. Can I just hear that part that you wrote?
Anyway, but the part has clear English. It's just the title which is broken. So let's go there. Let's go there. So it's called Black Man No Di Die Dirty. Black Man No Di Die Dirty. When I read it, and then I'll explain where I'm coming from.
Yeah. Yes.
Black
Okay.
Man No Di Die Dirty. Muddy alleys, stinking trenches, standing poles, stench from dirt heaps. No public lavatories, nature calls in the open. But no worries because black man no dey die dirty. Hawkers with trays on scarps, free trade in open spaces, under the harmattan dust, pollution at its finest. Yet no one cares because black man no dey die dirty. Gnats feed on the populace, yeast cells brood en mass, mortality alarming, but je m'en fous because black man no dey die dirty. In the medieval times, many thought that white man no dey die dirty, then stroke the bubonic plague. Thousands of deaths per day. The crying and gnashing of teeth. What agony. And then, with open eyes, wisdom and understanding gained. Black man no dey die dirty. An adage which ignores reality and encourages nonchalance. Okay, so black man no dey die dirty. This is a term which we used to hear while growing up in Cameroon. It's just like a terminology where instead to do something in the right way, like to keep your environment clean or just basic hygiene, many people would dismiss it by saying, why should we do that? We are all too strong. Black man no dey die dirty. Reason why, if you go even to our capital cities, you see dead all over the place. Heap of dead, heap of dead, heap of dead, heap of dead. Nobody cares to carry the dead. The government, they employ workers to carry, but they don't pay the workers. Or maybe the workers come and they do a sloppy job. Because of this mindset, the dead is there. It can't do us anything. But the dead invites mosquitoes. It brings mosquitoes into the environment. Mosquitoes in Africa have malaria. Every day, every month, many people are sick of malaria. They take the dirt, they throw it in water. Due to standing water, due to poor hygiene, people are often sick of malaria and typhoid. Then I use this analogy how in the medieval times, in the olden times, here in Europe, there was this the outbreak of the bubonic plague. Are you getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Yeah. There was the outbreak of the bubonic plague. That is the
Mm-hmm.
pest. And it came because there were too many rats. And too many rats were available because of too much dirt. For example, London was the dirtiest city in Europe. In London, people used to wear big hats because you could be walking down somebody's window and the person throws shit on you. That is the true dirt through out the window,
Mm-hmm.
the balcony. So if you're walking without having a huge hat, someone can throw dirt on your head. But then when the British
Mm-hmm.
came and killed almost half of the population, they became wise and they discovered that it was through rats. And why? Because of too much dirt. Then they began to clean their environment. In Africa, the individual homes, they are clean, but somehow the towns, the towns are usually extremely, they don't know how to, I don't know, town planning and town management is usually very, very backward. I mean, they don't do it that they haven't succeeded in doing it well. That's why you have people peeing on the streets. People pee on the streets. It's very irritating when I see that. Whereas in every street corner they could build toilets where people could get in and pay maybe €1 to relieve themselves. So that was what inspired me to write this poem. Observe the
So
society.
you were
Hello.
you were talking about how clean cleanliness. You were talking about the dirt that can cause cause sickness. So
Yes.
this was what that section was all about.
Yes, and the reason why I believe the dirt or the uncleanness persist is because of the mindset. Are you getting me? It's because the reason why, are you getting me?
Yeah, I didn't hear that part because it fell out. Can you
Yeah,
repeat it again?
I'm saying the reason why the environment isn't well taken care of is because of the mindset, like people thinking black man no dey die dirty. That is, the black man doesn't die because of that. Whereas the black man is dying because of that.
Oh,
So
so now I must understand it. You said black man don't die dirty, but you
yes,
said black man is really dying
because of the dirt. Yeah, but they
it
say,
caused.
yeah, but they say, but the mindset is black man don't die of that, and that's why they don't do what it takes to get the rubbish out of the streets, out, so that people can have a good hygiene. That's one of the mindsets.
I like this what you just said. Black man don't die dirt because that is true. People don't know the necessity of be on you or your family or your surrounding. They don't understand that dirt can really kill you if you live in a place with garbage or a place where people must build places where people, if they want, and release themselves and keep the environment. Many times people don't see it that way because they grow up in it
In
and
it,
they think it
exactly,
is
exactly.
normal.
And then they use adages like black man no dey die dirty, and brush it aside. Whereas you shouldn't use such an adage. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, the adage. Black man no dey die dirty. And then you keep on
Yeah.
living in a very less productive way until it kills you one day.
But so what to do to change that mindset? What can we, what you think we could change that mindset?
The change usually should come from the leaders. The leaders must have a very strong consciousness, because if you don't have the consciousness, the people who say black man no dey die dirty, they don't have the consciousness of what the effects of that does. So we need leaders with the right consciousness who can implement the right things. That is, who can drag people from a low way of thinking to a higher way of thinking. You need leaders like that. But if you don't have, we have leaders who are nonchalant, they just live and take money and do whatever thing, it can't really change, because no single individual can do much, since no single individual has the authority or powers to do that. But the leaders do have the authority and power to implement such things.
Yeah. But you believe this is also some in the school or in community centers or in the community or where you live, that we as like you have a city or you live in a village and that street where you live, said this street we can't show this outside like this, we can't do this, or in this area somebody stand up and say we cannot do this. I believe sometimes
See,
also it can take from us somebody right.
yes, yes, there's usually Each quarter, for example, where I grew up, right? Each quarter, usually each quarter usually has a quarter head, the head of the quarter. So the quarter head could be the person to implement how to keep the quarter clean. For example, the quarter head could say, on this particular day is the day to come out and clean. But now, when you clean and put the dead somewhere, somebody must come to carry. That somebody must come to carry. And that's the job of the Lord Mayor, to pay the people to carry that. But if the nonchalance, because if the nonchalance starts from the leaders, there is no way the people can stay without being nonchalant, because that's the head. If he is not ruling the place, there's no way those under him can function.
That's true.
Yeah. So the problem
Amen.
is the wrong head which is there. Because if even if you have, like, you have your ministry, right? You have this ministry. If you are sloppy, you're nonchalant, you don't do the right, your followers cannot, not followers, but the congregation cannot do the right thing, because you are not setting the right example.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the
Mm-hmm.
same thing.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, that is true. Do you have another topic before we go that you want to talk about?
No, I don't have any other topic. I just wanted to introduce the book, and those who would like to read the book can order it from Amazon, can order the hard copy from Amazon. Hello.
Yeah, can you hear? Can you
Yes,
repeat that again?
yes. Those who would like to have the book can order the hard copy from Amazon. It's 15 euros, 18 cent, I think. 15 euros, 18 cent. Yeah, you can order a copy
The
from
Amazon,
Amazon.
you can get it.
Yes, you can get it from Amazon. That's the hard copy. But the Kindle copy, the Kindle, the one you read online, the Kindle version is 9 euros 99 cent.
So you can get it on Amazon for 15 euro, 8
18
cent,
cent. 18 cent, I think.
18 cents. And the Kindle copy, you can get it for 9 euro.
Yes.
So you have many more topic here: living, death, persecution. I can't breathe. Oh, all it begin, oppression. You have so many things that I see that is in this book. Blur vision, of at night, at dawn, sacrifice, as the helper, a new song, 7 days, he give it, he take it, vanity, who is she? So there is a lot of topic that I believe is a poor wrote it as, so you're gonna have to, to read it with understanding. I believe very nice. What's so spoken, I really find it very good. Oh, she put them together. Or want to a copy, Amazon, 15 euro 18 cent, and the Kindle you can get it for 9. That's mean I think the Kindle you can download it, and you can get it in Amazon. I like doing the Amazon and all, and for me, I like to have things. I like to market and go this thing that I use for something. So not really that wonderful, but I hope that I see they put it. You can book on Amazon, and please, if you want more information, more details, Amazon, or you can download it. And we thank you, Dr. Tengi, for your first book. Congratulations. It took us so long to please get a copy, and you friends, and and share the good news about this book. So Dr. Tengi, very much for being on, and I hope you can come back again to give some more insight of the book, because I think it is nice to, I know it's in poetry, and letting us know how you came with that inspiration and how you put it. It took 10 years, because to build a portrait like this, it takes time to get the rhythm, and to, you know, to get them put. It's not just writing a book, it's a portrait, and this and the, for we have to say congratulations. And you said something before I leave. This is it.
Yeah.
The real you poem, simple pleasure poem. You said something. You said medicine. I don't know how you think that way.
Repeat what you said.
I
I didn't
thought
get the last thing
medicine,
you said.
you said to study medicine is very simple.
No, I didn't say to study medicine is very simple. I said medicine is very simple. I
Explain
didn't
how
say to
that is
study.
simple.
Yeah, medicine is very simple. I didn't say to study is very simple, because to study it's a whole too much load in a short period of time, right? So it's difficult. But the medicine, I don't know how to really put it, like to understand what it is, the human body, is actually very simple. Yes, to understand the human body, human function is actually very simple. But studying medicine with all other things is not simple. No.
Because I was thinking when you say that, I'm saying, oh, was just, so I know I understand what you're saying. And
Oh, yeah, maybe I made an error. It's 15 euros 47, 15 euros 47 cents. I made an error. Yeah,
okay,
I
thank
made
God
an
for
error.
the
15
internet.
euros 47 cents. Yeah,
15.47 and the other one is 9.52
euro 52 cents.
euro
Yeah.
euro. So you can get it there. We have the details here, so you can always check on Amazon and Kindle. For being here, and I hope to see you soon. So we're gonna
Okay.
say this,
Thank
have
you
a
for inviting
countdown.
me. Thank you for inviting me. I always love to be on here, and I will
It's,
be available anytime you need me. God bless you.
thank you. I love you, and this time the internet will be better. So I will love that. So this weekend, everyone, we having the Woman Arise. Don't
Okay.
forget, we have 2 days left.
Okay.
So we have only 2 days left. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
We are
We
ready.
there. I'm telling you, the God moving, excited about what gonna take place. I can't even imagine. So what we saw last year, we're still holding on for some double, 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 double. Whatever God want to do, I'm expecting it. If you didn't get your ticket, time to get it, and invite someone with you. Let there be the witness of your witness of your of do in your life. So you can come with somebody, invite someone. 2 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday you don't have to wear white, but Saturday and Sunday full white. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Tan, much. God bless you.
God bless you. Bye.
People have been touched without laying hands upon. People have been touched by just the word. People have been touched by just the atmosphere. I'm telling you, this is your season and this is your time to arise.
But I clearly hear this is the gathering. That means everybody comes and does something.
That heaven is waiting for. My expectation at this very moment, I think, for God to truly move within the woman and just see them arising in this time, because we need it. That heaven is waiting for.
Amazing. This was really an encounter. I know what you said, one word, but this was an encounter that I did not want to miss. It was amazing.
Women who choose to pray.